Hey kids, welcome to Dollar Tree Theater. Not sure what the number is this time, so I'll just leave that. I picked up Blu-ray. Go get it. Mary with Gary Oldman, who isn't really, honestly, the true star of this movie. It comes from the perspective of his wife, who is played by the absolutely lovely Emily Mortimer. The beginning of the movie, she's being interrogated on what happened on this boat. This is directed by Michael Goy, G-O-I, who is famous for doing Megan is Missing, which I had never seen. And I guess the guy who wrote The Shallows is the author of this piece, Anthony Jazzwinski. But what this concerns is an aging, I don't know if he's a captain already or not, but he doesn't want to work for somebody else. He wants his own boat and be his own captain. He start a business being a fishing boat for tourists. He comes up on this boat that's pretty run down looking, and it's named Mary. His youngest daughter's named Mary, and I don't really know if there's supposed to be some sort of connection. I didn't really catch it. I don't know if that was inspiration or if it's the fact that the boat is haunted. This is essentially a haunted house movie on a boat. It looks pretty much a modern boat, but it has the masthead, woman on the mast. It's put on the boat as an added accessory by a previous owner. We will later find out, people tend to disappear and such on the who would own this boat. Bad things had happened previously, but he decides to buy the boat. His name's David, Sarah, Emily Mortimer. She's not happy about it, but she goes along with it. They have two daughters, Lindsay, who's the oldest, and Mary, as I said. Stephanie Scott plays Lindsay. Chloe Perrin plays Mary. Lindsay's a young teen, and she has an attraction toward Tommy. Tommy's has history with the family, so he's not a stranger, but he's a deckhand that is hired. And two of the things that happen in this, he goes nuts, and later on they have Mike, who comes on as a deckhand and partner, actually a partner in the business. He goes apeshit later on in the movie. But yeah, there's some sort of proverb or something like that like a witch who's drowned at sea will, you know, come back or whatever. And I think that's what's the whole concept, because there's just one female ghost who is haunting this boat. First talking to Mary, you know, the usual cliche or trope of haunted house things. Quite often, you know, like the haunting of Hill House, the weakest, emotionally weak character, like Eleanor, is chosen. In this case, it's, you know, it's the youngest daughter. That's not explored too much. It just, you know, like window dressing. But it's in the background. She kind of flips out a little bit. I mean, she's more like a catatonic type state, but she does exhibit violence early on. Well, essentially, the movie is a ghost haunted house, and they're trying to make it from one port to another, and things happen. And I had picked this up. I was hoping for good things. A few days ago, I'd seen this movie on a bad movie list, so that kind of going in, I had this sort of low expectations. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's great, but for like $1.25, it's not that bad. It did remind me, and this kind of sustained me throughout, because I have a kind of a liking for these types of things, but it reminded me of like early 70s, maybe TV movie, maybe theatrical, you know, supernatural, you know, ghost story, haunted house type thing, something on a lower level than, say, something like The Exorcist or something. But and I kind of like that type of thing. It kind of reminded me of like this old TV show called Ghost Story, also Circle of Fear, and which I used to watch in the early 70s when I was a kid. I have a box set, but it kind of reminded me of like an expanded version of an episode of that show. Does it work completely? No. You know, no. I think it's more like a one-time watch, and I'll probably won't revisit it. But as a one-time watch, I think it's pretty decent. The level of acting, you know, Gary Oldman and Emily Mortimer, they bring it. I mean, they're there to do a job. But at the same time, I think something so low in scale, I would probably guess that they did it because of the scenery. It's like, hey, it's a trip down to the Bahamas to shoot this thing. I think it's the Bahamas. One point it says it's the Bahamas, but that, you know, that's a good reason to, you know, take a job. You know, have a nice scenery, probably be able to see the sights and relax once the job is done for a week or so. But yeah, this is a passable little tiny haunted house on the sea type movie. It's not going to anger you. It might bore you. I don't know. I enjoyed it well enough. But well, until next time, stay safe. Always have a good time. Bye now.